Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first of what I hope will be many videos to come out of Studio 44 here in Rochester, New York. I'm very excited to get this going. I've been watching guys like AP Gaming, Gaming Kitchen, Shake and Bake, DCU Scope, and of course, my main guy, Harrison Sawyer, showcase their own stadiums and stadiums of other creators and their videos. I have been obsessed with stadiums since I was a kid, and that's what made me get into this. So I figured we'd start with some stadiums that I created, mixed in with stadiums that I've borrowed from the vault. I have assigned some of those stadiums to teams that we use in our Ricky Davis League. It's a completely fictional player league, completely fictional teams, and now, thanks to Stadium Creator, completely fictional stadiums. So we'll start with two of mine, two that I've borrowed from the vault, and hopefully as we go along, I'll collect stadiums from viewers that want them showcased on this channel. I will present them in any way you want me to. Just leave in the comments below the name of the stadium and your user ID, and we'll get them seen. I thought we could start things off with the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. The altitude is 750 feet. That is not the true altitude of Las Vegas. I think it's more along the lines of 2,000 feet. But my brother and I agreed to keep the same altitude for our home stadiums to keep it a little bit more fair. We'll start in left field. Club 44 is the first thing that kind of sticks out. I consider this the fan club of my left fielder, who happens to be the best player on my team. His name is Steve Stewart. He wears the number 44, inspired by former Red center fielder Eric Davis. As you can see, there's a pool as part of the fan club. I have guys in there with their clothes on, but I borrowed that idea from someone else I saw in the vault. Thought it looks pretty cool from the game. Although when you play games in April and everyone's got like their winter coats on, it looks a little ridiculous. But obviously some advertisements along the wall, Shake Shack and a grill. There's a portal which hosts an entrance to behind the scenes, which will take you up here where there is more of Club 44, another little bar. And some standing room only seating on top of a luxury suite with the Hit It Here sign. I borrowed this idea from a stadium I saw in the first version of Stadium Creator. Loved the idea of hiding the background. I took it a little bit further, hid the target, and created my own target with the portal and the rover in the middle. I didn't want righties to be the only people who could try to hit the Hit It Here robot. Figured we'd put one in right field too. There's the other rover with the other portal. I kind of came up with a backstory for the stadium. There was going to be a space-themed stadium, and when the owners of this casino heard that the Ricky Davis League was going to be moving a team here, that they would team up, build them a stadium, and have it coincide with their casino, which is right out here. I didn't spend too much time with it outside. It's basically just kind of a backdrop. I tend to spend more of my time and memory focused on what the inside of the stadium looks like, because pretty much it's what you can see when you're in the game or in a home run derby. Right field, I think, turned out really nice. I love having different layers to aim for as far as home runs and home run derby. Oh man, he hit the target. Whoa, we hit into the second deck. Whoa, he hit it all the way to the second level of luxury seats in right field. I don't think I've been up here yet. Maybe in home run derby. Definitely not in the game. I've definitely been on the roof a few times. It looks cool. It's very satisfying when you hit one up here. Looking at the hotel, I loved the idea of having the balconies out here. I wish there was a standing room only crowd prop in the Stadium Creator mode, but I was able to pull off just throwing some cheap bleachers up there. And when you're behind home plate, or if you're hitting in a game or a home run derby, I think it looks good enough. This is one of the instances where you can get away with just throwing those bleachers there. I was trying to create my own hill type backdrop. I'm not crazy about the ones that are available in this game. It always bothered me how much space there was between the start of the hill and the home run fence. So I thought maybe I could create a reachable one on my own with the new hill prop that was given to us in the big update a few months ago. I haven't been up here yet in a game, maybe in a home run derby. I've definitely been on this level, but I fell in love with how it looked, so I just rolled with it, even though it's not necessarily reachable. Looking at the corners, I've never been crazy about this corner, but I figured this is one of the hardest parts to create in a stadium to make it look nice and flow with the rest of the stadium. So I'm just rolling with what we have there. I never spend a lot of time behind home plate or down the first and third base lines. I did with this stadium because it is my home stadium. I'm here a lot. I like the idea of having luxury suites, but usually they're way up. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have luxury seats that's right down the first base line? I know teams like the Texas Rangers and their new stadium in Citi Field have something similar where they have a luxury suite closer to the action behind home plate. And in Texas, they have theirs dugout style where it's like below field level, and I think that's really cool. Third base line is pretty standard. But yeah, this is the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino. I'm proud of it. It's gone through many, many versions. This is where I've landed right now. I've been toying with the idea of changing this up a little bit. It gets awfully busy up there, especially with the two portals in the background. But I'm open to suggestions. I would love to hear your feedback. You can leave a comment down below if you would like, and we'll go from there. Let's move on to Memphis, Tennessee, where we have AutoZone Field, altitude of 338 feet, built in the future of 2030. So if you have a DeLorean or a TARDIS, you can go play there. I can't say enough about this field or this creator, Marco 113002. I saw his entire page. He definitely has a style, and it's fantastic. The first thing that always stuck out to me were his custom bleachers. They look absolutely phenomenal. It's a very common method used in newer stadiums. I think of Baltimore and stadiums like that where they have the walkway in front of a raised level of seating, and it gives you another target. Well, we hit it into the second layer, or the second level of bleachers. Oh, we hit it over the bullpen into the bleachers there. He's got the cool grass area in left center field, another one in left field. He's got the two different decks, of course, to aim for. Not sure if he could put one up to the scoreboard, but hey, it'd be fun to try, right? The plaza level leads out to the city that he created. As I said in the last stadium, I don't spend a lot of time outside, but man, I have a lot of respect for people who do, and this looks amazing. He's got the St. Louis Barbecue Steakhouse or whatever it is out here in right center field with the custom parking lot. And I've been to 3 different baseball stadiums this season, so after seeing this, it brings me back to, crossing the street and getting in line to enter the stadium. I can almost see myself getting in line to see a game at this stadium. It's crazy. Another awesome set of bleachers in right center field. Again, different levels for the different targets. I love it. Cool little balcony sitting off this building here. Now, this is the part that frustrates me. Why didn't San Diego Studios make a prop of standing room only fans? Wouldn't it be great to have a bunch of guys just leaning up against this wall watching the game? And in here, too. Actually, in here, you might be able to get away with the bleachers like I did in my stadium. But either way, it looks fantastic. I just think it would be a great prop to have a standing room only crowd. Looking back here to the picnic area in front of Snacks Shack, wouldn't it be great if you could have fans sitting at these picnic tables? I think it's such a cool idea. It looks cool seeing the umbrellas from far away, but I think it would make it look that much better if you could have fans sitting there interacting with that kind of stuff. Again, he's got this cool little table, the circle table area right here. Wouldn't it be great to just have fans sitting right there? Again, this may be a place you can get away with the bleachers, but it would just be so nice if you could just drop some fans in there or have them built in with the prop. Taking a look behind home plate and the first and third base lines, pretty standard. Cool little building in the background to drop a little bit of uniqueness in there, but pretty standard behind there. Again, I never found much of a need to spend too much time back here, seeing as how you don't see it when you're playing the game. But fantastic job. I know I'm going to be showcasing more videos from Marco. If, of course, they are his stadiums. I found them in his vault. He was the first to upload them, but if I do make a mistake, I want to give the proper person credit. So please let me know if you happen to run in the stadium and it's yours. Let's move on to the next user-created stadium. Let's take a look at Tesla Park in Austin, Texas. Altitude of 5,279 feet. I believe that's maximum. So, wow, you're going to hit some bombs here. Built in 2022. It's a very fun stadium. I love this area built in the roof or the ground or whatever he was aiming for. Either way, it looks fantastic. He's got the stands out in center field. I don't know if he ran out of room to put some over here, but it still looks great when you're playing in the game. He's got the see-through fence in right field for the stands there. Batting cages, stand up to cancer sign in right center field. I need to use signs more. Signs are a great idea. It's another great target. Oh, he hit one off the stand up to cancer sign. What a bomb. Got the team soar in right center field. Cool little grass area in left center field. A hill that was probably created before the grass hill that showed up in that update a few months ago. Cool use of the holograms fencing, I think it is. The Tesla Park up in left center field. Again, more seating up there. Cool plaza level seating above the left field home run fence. And within the left field home run fence, you have more seating covered and visible through the windows in the fence. I like how it expands into foul territory. I think the pillars that show up from the building that's used under there makes it look really cool. I never cared for this building, but a lot of people have been able to be creative and have it kind of blend into their stadium and make it look really nice. NS Chucker 5 here from PlayStation 5 is one of those users. Pretty standard behind home plate, but I mean, right field and left field, they just stand out so much that I always enjoy playing games here. I always enjoy home run derby in here, and it's a lot of fun. Maybe we'll show some home run derby video. We'll wrap things up in Orlando, Florida at IGCP Park, International Gorilla Conservation Program Park. My brother's team was originally the Dragons. For a while it was the Gorillas. Now he's back to the Dragons, but he figured he could still keep the name of the park. He had Benny the Gorilla living over here, but now that is a fountain in right center field. I would love to say that this whole stadium was my idea, but some of the cooler ideas from the stadium were from my brother. He just didn't want to take the time to actually go in and make the stadium look as nice as it could be. He's more of a hardcore gamer, so he plays a lot of different games where I spend most of my time in MLB The Show. He came up with the idea of having it surrounded by water, so we went from left center field to right center field. I think it works out really nice having the second level of water. It's also another good target. Oh, wow, he hit it into the second level of water. But that's a poke. Out here, I believe it's what, 4 something? Yeah, 410 right there. So just getting the ball over is a challenge in itself. He also came up with the idea of having the stands down low and having a brick wall straight up into the second level of seating. I came up with the custom bleacher idea, trying to borrow Marco's concept. Obviously, mine doesn't look nearly as nice as his, but I think it looks pretty cool. Another level of targeting for your home runs. Right field, my brother came up with the concept and actually created the luxury seating built right into this castle and bricking off the top of the luxury suite windows. He just had one lone castle with the luxury seats built in down right field, and I came up with the idea to do a straight line of them running from foul territory into center field. I think it kind of gives it a nice, cool, old school look. My brother wanted as many bricks as possible, so I borrowed the idea from many people who use the San Diego studio sign for a brick wall. I just think it makes it look really nice. Most of the time when I use a fountain in my stadiums, I hide the green walls and the signs, which a lot of people also do. I liked using the end cap for a minor league stadium to hide this one. And I think it just turned out really nice. I was really disappointed not to run into the stadium or in the vault. To me, there's nothing more flattering than building a stadium, putting it in the vault, and then running into other people who downloaded the stadium and re-uploaded it. I'm trying to tell myself that my stadiums are liked. They're just not downloaded as much because I tend to change the dimensions, which makes them illegal for online play and Road to the Show. But if you have run into these, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you think. I would love critique, comments, constructive criticism, whatever you might have to make any of these better. I would love to hear. We can take a peek at this at night. I think it's lit up pretty well. Wanted to have some extra lighting in the fountain in the background for when it's dark. So I tried to hide some lights back there. The fountain looks pretty well lit. And the city in the background looks pretty cool. Maybe it could use a little bit more lighting in the city, but for now I'm pretty happy with it. This again is the stadium that my brother uses in our Ricky Davis League, which was created way back in the mid-'80s, full of fictional characters and teams. You may have run into the roster in the vault under Sherman's Ricky Davis League. So if you're looking for a fully fictional roster that's there for your use, we have borrowed players from other users. Bacon's fictional roster, we've used a couple players from. We've also used players from MLB The Show. If you sim long enough, the Major League Baseball players will retire, and they have fictional players come in to replace those. And we've kept some of those players in the leagues as we moved on, some of the players that obviously stood out performance-wise. But I'll get more into the Ricky Davis League in a different video. If you would like to see one of your stadiums showcased on this channel, please drop your name in the comments, your user ID, and drop the name of the stadium, and I'll be happy to show it any way you want me to. Do you want me to give you ideas? Do you want some constructive criticism? Do you want any suggestions? Or do you want me to just say, hey, here it is. Look at the stadium. It's pretty cool. Any way you want me to present it, I will, and we'll go from there. Hopefully enough people will see it, and they'll use it for themselves. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the video enough, and I'll keep rolling them out if you keep watching them. Thank you so much.